What's up, everyone? It's time for another video with your host, that Wounded Warrior guy. That's me. And today, our video is going to be for Maintenance Monday, a day that we set aside at the beginning of the week. Take those 15 to 20 minutes to self reflect, determine what our deficiencies are, and then we come up with a plan on how we're going to attack those deficiencies in a healthy way so that we can continue to build on that foundation that we have set for ourselves to better maintain ourselves moving into the future and to grow as individuals. So, that's what today's video is going to be about, and I am excited and I am stoked about it. But before we get into the video, I just want to take this time to remind everyone that if you wouldn't mind throwing me a like and subscribing to the channel if you're enjoying this content, I would really appreciate it, guys. But without further ado, let's get into it. And today, before we really get into the actual video, I just wanted to apologize for last Friday. I was not able to make your weekly Freedom Friday video because I had just recently, last Thursday, I had gotten my second iteration of my COVID vaccine. And man, I was feeling definitely under the weather. So I had to stay in bed. And thankfully, my wife was nice enough to stay home on Friday to take care of me and monitor my how I was doing. Yeah, man, it was intense for sure. Uh, it was Thursday night. We got home from the gym after dinner. We were laying in bed. Woke up at about 3 o'clock, freezing to death, had the chills, just shivering. Teeth was chattering. She had to wrap me up in like six different comforters. And a couple hours later, I was fine. Pretty sore. We had went to the gym. After I had got the vaccine, I was feeling pretty good, but just didn't listen to the body, didn't take that rest that I probably needed, and that led into Friday, me just being super sore and not really feeling up to doing a video for you guys because I don't want to put content out unless it's good content that I feel like meets up to the standard that it needs to be for you guys. So I didn't feel like I could do that successfully Friday, so I kind of decided to forego that video. I promise, guys, I will make it up to you this Friday. So make sure to stay tuned for that. But you guys know what today is. Today's Maintenance Monday. We're gonna get into the video, and I always start it off like I do every single week. I'm gonna let you guys know some of the things I believe I did well, some of the things I believe I could have done better last week. Then we're gonna get into the goals and priorities I'm setting for this week and the plans that I'm gonna take in order to make sure that I successfully meet those individual goals. So last week, one of the things that I believe I did well was anticipation. And just, anticipation for, sorry, let me be more specific. Anticipation for my school related activities. And just in general, like this school semester, I have, in my opinion, done a fantastic job at recognizing what assignments needed to be higher on my list of priorities and making sure that I got ahead of those assignments and did my due diligence and made sure that I invested a lot of my energy early on to get those things knocked out before they just piled up and became something that was just going to be impossible to tackle at the end of the semester. And what do I mean by that? Well, for example, in my criminal law class started exactly 2 months after all of my other courses started. So you already have this condensed version of this class, which is already extremely demanding because criminal law, constitutional law, which I decided because, I'm intelligent to take in the exact same semester. They are heavy reading classes, very demanding as far as the amount of material that you're required to cover on your own, on your personal time. And so it started 2 months later than all the other classes. And I was looking through the syllabus, and yes, ding, 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 yes, you should always read your syllabus, guys. Never neglect your syllabus. read them, depend on them, go back to them. I usually look at my syllabus, like no joke, I usually go back through them once a week. I mean, that might be a little crazy, but I always want to remind myself, what the standard is, what's expected of me, what the deadlines are, what needs to be turned in, the route that I need to go about turning those things in, how I need to cite my sources. Some instructors, they don't require citations. Some instructors do require citations. Some instructors require specific citations, specific fonts, specific line spacing, formats, all this other stuff. So if you're not tracking what those requirements are and what's expected of you, you're not going to be successful in your class. So that's just a little extra icing on the top of this video. A little free advice for you guys. I'm sure you're already tracking that, but just to reiterate how important that is. But yeah, so I read the syllabus for criminal law, and I noticed right off the bat one of the big assignments in this class was our discussion board questions. And for those of you guys who don't know, discussion boards, you can have them in online courses, in-person courses. Sometimes in an in-person course, you'll still have some things that you have to complete online. And one of those is typically a weekly discussion board where you go into this chat room with the rest of your classmates. You're given a question from the textbook on a chapter that you should have read that week. And then you go on there, you give your response, and you respond back to each other. It's like an open live virtual chat sort of thing. It's pretty cool. But this class required 24 discussion board submissions by April 30th. So 6 weeks. We had 6 weeks to do 24 discussion boards, ranging anywhere from 250 to 500 words per discussion board. So it just depends on the length and the detail of your response. And not only that, but we had 19 chapters we had to read in a 6-week period, 24 discussion board submissions that had to be completed, and we had basically no other kind of guidance on it. So basically you didn't know how long they had to be. So basically it just needed to be a detailed response. But complete it at your own pace. Just make sure it's got to be done by April 30th. So I started hot right out the gate, guys. First week, I think I completed like 6, and I just moved forward from there. I think by the second week, I was already done with about 10, 11, maybe 12, and just kept moving forward. And I remember I got to the week that they were due, and it was me and one other student that was kind of neck and neck the whole time. I would do I'd be on chapter 18, submit my first assignment or my first discussion, and then she would submit her first discussion, but hers would be like 100 words longer than mine. So I'd try to beat her on the next one. It was like this little fun competition that we had going back and forth. But I remember being in the last week, and there was 9 people in our class, and we were the only 2 that had gotten that far, and nobody else besides us, had gotten further than chapter 3. Chapter 3 of 19. And I just remember telling myself, patting myself on the back, just thanking myself that I made sure to recognize the amount of work that was going to be, the amount of time that was going to take, how important that was going to be for my grade, and to get it to start off strong and get it done early so that I did not get far behind. Because I know last week people were struggling, man. I started to see some of the submissions, and you could tell, number one, that they hadn't read the chapter. Number two, it was last second. I mean, I saw people throwing like 10 words up for a discussion board just to get something down because time was getting so short. And I'm glad I didn't put myself in that position. And I typically don't put myself in that position. I feel like I'm usually pretty good at anticipating, priorities of work that way, and really focusing my time, doing my due diligence to get those things done early. I feel like I always do well at that. But, I did well last week. I thought I'd tell y'all about it. I thought I'd go into detail about it a little bit. Hopefully that's something that you guys can take something from, and hopefully it helps you moving forward, if you're in school or whatever. Some of the things I think I could have done better, I've already touched on this a little bit, but listening to the body, guys, is super important to listen to the body. As I've already told you, I got my second COVID shot last week. I was feeling fine, went to the gym that afternoon, me, my wife, and my gym partner. We went and we did some real light weight training. You guys already know that we're trying to cut right now, so nothing super heavy. I've already lost 5 pounds, guys, in just a short amount of time I've been cutting. I get it, that's probably a lot of water weight, but hey, man, I'm still super proud of the fact that I've already lost that much weight. But followed up that light weight training with some intensive circuit training that included rowing, tower flips, sprints, and some battle ropes. Those of you guys that don't know what battle ropes are, that's the big heavyweight rope. You string it around a pole, you divide the length in half, and then you just pick it up, bend down with your knees, and you just twirl that thing as hard as you can, as fast as you can, for a set amount of time. We did 2 iterations of 30 seconds, and it was pretty rough. So basically, we started out with the battle ropes, went into tire flips. I think it's a 350-pound tire that they have in there that we were flipping. Had to flip it 5 times. Had to sprint 30 yards down and back twice. So we did 30 yards 4 times. Then we had to row 250 meters on the rower, and you had to do the entire thing as quickly as possible. We did that twice. And yeah, so felt good going into the day. I didn't feel any effects from the shot. Immediately after we did those iterations, guys, I felt out of breath. My chest was heavy, crushing down on me, and I just could not catch my breath. I felt absolutely exhausted, and I usually have like pretty solid cardiovascular endurance. So, I knew something was off. I just felt like no matter what I could do, I couldn't regain that energy that I'd lost. But I kept pushing myself. Didn't listen to the body. That to my, um, led to me having some residual effects from the vaccine for the next 36 hours. I already talked about that a little bit. The shivers, the shakes, getting super cold, the soreness. So take my advice and learn from my mistakes, warriors. Listen to the body and don't be afraid to take a knee and drink some water. It's like listen to the body, guys. It's not gonna kill you. Um, but yeah, so that's one of the things I feel like I could do better, and I'm gonna try to focus more of my attention on that moving forward. This week, my priority for this week is going to be focusing on preparation. I bet some of you guys out there uh, probably saw that one coming. And it is finals week, and we are about to be one more semester closer to this education goal. So excited, guys. So excited, man. Every semester, one semester down, keep on moving forward. And yeah, man, my motivation has never been higher. So really, really excited and just proud of myself overall up until this point. But yeah, I plan to make the most out of my time this week. I'm going to continue making my flashcards. I got 2 new packets and some extra of brand new flashcards. I intend to use every single one of them. I'm going to review the PowerPoints that the instructors have provided, and of course, they give us study guides, so that'll help too. And yeah, I want to make sure that I'm getting plenty of rest. Rest is important, especially because I'm going to be reviewing all this material. I want to make sure that the information I'm reviewing is being absorbed in the correct way and that it's getting logged into my long-term memory. So changing things and absorbing it and making sure that it moves over from short term to long term. In order to do that, you got to have rest, got to have rest, got to have rest. Super important, guys. But yeah, that's all I got for you, man. So just recap. Last week, I believe I anticipated my priorities real well. I could have listened to my body a lot a lot more efficiently, and I paid for it for sure. This week, I am going to be focusing on preparation and getting set up for those finals to make sure that I continue to be successful through the end of this semester. And yeah, I'm excited about it. I know the material, so I just gotta make sure that I'm trusting my ability and trusting the knowledge. And I've read the textbooks. I've read them cover to cover, all four of them. So I know the material. I'm gonna review the material just to just to polish the head of that penny and make sure that no stone is unturned. I'm going to get that rest. I'm going to make sure that the information I'm taking in this week is dug in there deep. And guys, that's all I got for you this week. I hope that you take this opportunity today to do the same thing, come up with that plan, identify those deficiencies, come up with a goal, and create a strategy to make sure you're working towards that goal. And before I get off of here, guys, I just want to make sure that you remember that even if you don't realize it, even if you don't believe it, there is a warrior in every single one of you. I see it. Take care, guys.